It's Christmas Eve, and on today's video, I'll be talking about Christmas Eve and what it means to me. And I'll be enjoying me some good old hot chocolate. And that's coming up right after this. Alright, welcome back everyone. I am Justin, and you have reached Just Justin. Alright, and on today's video, I'll be talking a little bit about Christmas Eve. Okay? So Christmas Eve, growing up, before I hit 16, growing up meant, playing outside in the snow. We had a lot of snow on the ground, usually at Christmas time. But nowadays, look at what we have nowadays. The snow that we had is almost all gone due to the rain. Yeah, but it's supposed to be snowing tonight, so we'll have to see. And so, growing up, Christmas meant that my brother would be coming home. My brother right here, he would be coming home, and he spent the Christmas time with us. He spent Thanksgivings with us as well, but Christmas was a more meaningful time of year that he spent with us. Okay, that meant that he stayed for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after. And sometimes he stayed a week. It all depends on what circumstances he was in. Okay? So he would come home on Christmas Eve. He would sleep in my bed. I would sleep on the floor. And he would talk to me. He would talk to me all night long. And when I would tell him, I was like, Jay, be quiet. I'm trying to sleep. He would laugh, and he would laugh and laugh. And, eventually we would both fall asleep. Then he would wake up and start trying to talk to me again. I'm like, I miss those days. I miss those days of where he would come home and talk with me and spend the time. And those were really super good moments. And ever since he's passed away, it really hits me hard. Because I enjoy spending time with him at Christmas time. Yeah, I spent time with him throughout the year, but Christmas time was always a good time. Because that meant that he was home. Then also, after I turned 16, I usually had a job. And that required me to work Christmas Eves. And I remember one Christmas Eve, I was working at Fun Old Shopco, and we closed at 6. And there were still people lingering in the store. 6:15 come up, the manager that was on call, Mr. Shepard, he made an announcement over the intercom stating that we are now closed. Please bring your merchandise to the checkouts, and so we can check you out. 6:30 came along, and still people were still shopping. Inconsiderate. And he made the announcement again, and people were still shopping. At 6:45, he finally started turning off all the lights in the store and saying, leave your carts where they are. You'll be escorted out of the building. We want to go home and spend time with our families. And so some people did not get Christmas presents underneath the tree because they wait until the last minute. So the moral of the story, don't wait until the last minute. Okay, and so then as I got older and got, an adult and married and had kids, I had to work on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day all the time. And so it kind of took away from the meaning of Christmas to me. And, trying to get ready for Christmas Eve. I always try to be home by, 7 or 8 at night. But that just didn't happen sometimes. There was one time I was working a call center job. It was real fun. And I was helping a guy try to build a website. And I could hear things going on in the background. And it was Christmas Eve. It was 6 o'clock my time, like 8 o'clock Eastern time when I was talking to him. I was like, "What's going on in the background? Are you having a party?" He goes, "Yeah, we're having a Christmas Eve party." I'm like, "And you're trying to build a website?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm just trying to get this working so I can launch it." I'm like, "Okay." He's been working on it for a few hours, and we got it up and running within 30 minutes. Figured out his problem. He figured out his problem. Well, I figured out the problem. Got it going, and as we were getting off the phone, I was like, Stop worrying about this stuff. Go spend time with family, because that's what really matters." And he's like, "Yeah, that does." But I guess maybe he didn't want to spend time with family. Maybe it was his in-laws over. I don't know. Or people he didn't like, his aunts, uncles. I don't know. But to spend time on tech support, yeah. But maybe he wasn't religious. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, and so Christmas Eve has started out with great memories, and it turned into adulthood. Turned into like, oh, I have to work Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Yes, I did. I remember one Christmas Eve I worked a graveyard shift, and I got home about 7 o'clock. We got the kids up. They opened their presents up and stuff like that. Then we hustled and bustled, and we went to my parents' house at 1 o'clock, and they couldn't. Then they were lingering around, and they couldn't find me. And I had gone back in the cold storage where it was cold with a blanket, and I went to sleep on the cold cement floor because I was so exhausted. And then they woke me up. They finally found me. They're like, "You're cold, I'm like, "I'm just so tired," and I had to go to the in-laws' house. And then I came home, slept for a couple hours, and went back to work and worked all night long. Did I really work or did I sleep? I worked all night long. And then I came home on the 26th and went to sleep. But still, it's always a thing, you grow up when Christmas Eve, means excitement and stuff like that. And then you get to adulthood and Christmas Eve means, oh, it's not so exciting as I remember it. But that's all the experience, right? You grow up and you make that experience for your kids. You make it exciting for them. Because that's the important thing, family and giving yourself up to make others happy. Yeah, it might be building a website. It might be working all night to help people when their web servers go down. Anything like that. But you have to take time out to make time for people, to make times for your family. And that is what Christmas means. Christmas Eve means to me. All right, so if you have any comments of what Christmas Eve means to you, leave them in the comments down below. We can talk about it. All right, and until the next video, I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and have a good Christmas Eve, and we'll see you in the next one.